The Personal History of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens.
In language whose excess imparts the power they feel so well, there may perhaps in such a scene some recollection be.
Part 8. Mischief.
Of days that have as happy been, and you remember me. And you remember
I was now Dora's acknowledged suitor, accepted by her and approved by her aunts, and consequently much of my time was happily spent in Putney. Agnes and her father were staying with Dr. and Mrs. Strong for a fortnight. Mrs. Heep had come to town with them, and, as might have been expected, Uriah came too, and I had the doubtful pleasure of his company for a turn in the doctor's garden.
You may have been surprised to see me here, Master Copperfield.
No, Uriah. I wasn't surprised in the least.
You see, when a person loves a person, he's a little jealous and anxious to keep an eye on the beloved one.
Oh? Of whom are you jealous now?
Thanks to you, Master Copperfield, of no one in particular just at present. No male person, at least.
Do you mean you're jealous of a female person?
Oh, really, Master Copperfield? You're so insinuating that you draw me like a corkscrew. Well, I don't mind telling you, I'm not a ladies' man in general, and I never was with Mrs. Strong.
What do you mean to say?
When I was but an humble clerk, she always looked down on me. She was forever being a friend to you and my Agnes, Master Copperfield, but I was too far beneath her to be noticed.
Well, suppose you were.
And beneath him, too.
Surely you know the doctor better than that. Why...
Oh, dear. I was not referring to that poor man. I mean Mr. Malden.
Mr. Malden?
Oh, yes. He couldn't come into the office without ordering and shoving me about. One of your fine gentlemen he was. And she was no friend to such as me. She'd put my Agnes up to higher sort of game. I've had eyes in my head a long time back. I'm not going to let myself be run down, and I'll do what I can to put a stop to this friendship. I can't allow people in my way.
I don't understand you.
Ah, don't you, though? I'm astonished at that, Master Copperfield. You being usually so quick. Is that Mr. Malden at the gate?
It looks like him.
Ah.
2 days later, I took Agnes to meet Dora. I was in a flutter of pride and anxiety about it, for Dora was afraid of the meeting. Agnes, here she is.
Agnes, I feel I know you already. Oh. And this must be Jip. Yes.
The two girls became friends at once.
Dodie?
Yes, my darling?
Do you think if I'd had Agnes for a friend a long time ago, I might have been more clever, perhaps?
Oh, my love. What nonsense.
I've forgotten what relation Agnes is to you.
No blood relation, but we were brought up together, like brother and sister.
I wonder why you ever fell in love with me.
Perhaps because I couldn't see you and not love you.
Suppose you'd never seen me at all.
Suppose we'd never been born. I'm so happy tonight, Agnes. I confess I had been a little anxious.
Anxious, Trot? Why?
Anxious that you should like Dora and that she should like you. When I saw the two of you together, I knew I'd been foolish.
Indeed you were. Dora is a very pretty, very loving, very dear girl. Take great care of her.
I will. I promise you I will. When you were sitting by her, you seemed to me to be her guardian angel too. You've always been mine.
A poor angel, but faithful.
Agnes, I don't want to distress you, but has Uriah troubled you further?
Don't fear for me. The step you dread my taking, I shall never take.
Oh, thank God. You can't know what it is to me to hear you say so. When will you be in London again?
Not for a long time. I think it best, for Papa's sake, if we stay at home.
Mm.
But you'll have news of me, Trotwood. I've promised to write to Dora. Annie Strong's light is still on. She's waiting up for me. If I ever need your help, I'll ask you for it, I promise. God bless you always.
She went in, and I stood for a while looking at the stars. I was about to leave when I saw that there was still a light in the doctor's study, so I turned back to bid him good night. When I opened the study door, I saw to my astonishment that Uriah was there. The doctor sat in his chair with his face in his hands, and Mr. Wickfield, looking very distressed, stood beside him.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir.
No, Trotwood, don't go.
At any rate, we may keep the door shut. We don't want to make it known to all the town. I felt it incumbent on me, Master Copperfield, to point out to Dr. Strong what you and I have already talked about. You didn't exactly understand me, though.
Uriah, what is this?
As you didn't understand me, Master Copperfield, I may take the liberty of humbly mentioning, being among friends, that I have called Dr. Strong's attention to the goings-on of Mrs. Strong. I mentioned to Dr. Strong that anyone may see that Mr. Malden and the lovely and agreeable lady as is Dr. Strong's wife are too sweet on one another.
No.
Really, the time has come when Dr. Strong must be told that this was full as plain to everybody before Mr. Malden went to India.
No.
That Mr. Malden made excuses to come back for nothing else, and that he's always here for nothing else. I was just putting it to my partner, Mr. Wickfield, that he'd been of this opinion long ago.
Wickfield?
For God's sake, my dear doctor, don't put too much weight on any suspicions I might have had.
There. What a melancholy confirmation. I've seen Mr. Wickfield in quite a taking about it. Very proper in him as a father. I can't blame him to think Miss Agnes was mixing herself up with what oughtn't to be.
You've had doubts, Wickfield. You've had doubts.
Speak up, fellow partner.
I had at one time, God forgive me. I thought you had.
No.
I thought you wanted to send Malden abroad to effect a separation.
No. To give Annie pleasure by helping her childhood companion. Nothing else.
I couldn't doubt it when you told me so, but I thought that where there was so much disparity in years, that a lady of such youth and attractions, however real her respect for you, might have been influenced in marrying you by worldly considerations only. But please, I make no allowance for innumerable feelings and circumstances that may all have tended to good. For heaven's sake, remember...
How kind he puts it.
I'm forced to confess now, having no escape, that I did doubt her and think her wanting in her duty to you, and, if I must say everything, I did not want Agnes to be in such a familiar relationship to your wife that she would see what I saw, or fancied I saw. I know this is terrible for you to hear, but if you knew how terrible it is for me to tell, you'd feel compassion for me.
I'm sure this is very unpleasant for everybody, but since we've got so far, I ought to take the liberty of mentioning that Copperfield has noticed it too.
How dare you bring me in?
When I spoke to you the other night, you did know what I meant. Don't deny it, Copperfield.
You too, Trotwood.
I see, Doctor.
I have been much to blame. I have exposed my wife to suspicions, to accusations which but for me, could never have been levelled against her. Gentlemen, I am an old man now. I don't feel tonight that I have much to live for. But my life upon the truth and honour of the dear lady I married. I may have unwittingly ensnared that lady into an unhappy marriage. I admit that. I married my Annie when she was very young. I knew her father well. I knew her well. I taught her what I could for the love of her beautiful and virtuous qualities. And if I did wrong in taking advantage of her gratitude and affection, I ask her pardon in my heart.
Her pardon?
All that is left for me now is to bear the knowledge of the unhappiness I've caused and save her from cruel misconstruction. And when my death releases her, I shall close my eyes on her honoured face with unbounded confidence and love, and leave her to happier and brighter days. Gentlemen, I have shown you my heart. I'm sure you will respect it. What we have said tonight is never to be said again. Wickfield, give me an old friend's arm upstairs.
Of course, Doctor.
Thank you.
Well, Master Copperfield, this hasn't quite took the turn that might have been expected. For the old scholar is as blind as a brickbat. But this family is out of the cart, I think.
How dared you appeal to me as if we discussed it? You villain!
You didn't ought to have done that, Copperfield. Have you taken leave of your senses?
I've taken leave of you. I'll know no more of you.
Well, won't you? Perhaps you won't be able to help it.
I've shown you often enough that I despise you. Now I've shown it more plainly.
Copperfield, you've always gone against me.
You may think what you like.
And yet I've always liked you. There must be two parties to a quarrel. I won't be one.
You may go to the devil!
Don't say that. You'll be sorry afterwards. How can you make yourself so inferior to me as to show such a bad spirit? But I forgive you.
You forgive me?
I do. To think of you attacking me. That's always been your friend. But there can't be a quarrel without two parties, and I won't be one. I won't mention this to a living soul, not even Mother. I'll be a friend to you in spite of yourself. But I do wonder you should lift your hand against a person that you know to be so humble.
The damage Uriah had done could not be undone. As the weeks went on, unhappiness stole over the Strongs' household. The doctor's loving gentleness to his wife was greater than ever, but she sensed a change in him, and a sad shadow fell upon her beauty, and deepened every day. About this time, I received a very unexpected communication from Mrs. Micawber.
You will doubtless be surprised, my dear Mr. Copperfield, to receive this letter, still more so by its contents, still more so by the stipulation of implicit confidence which I beg to impose. There has always been a spirit of mutual confidence between myself and Mr. Micawber, whom I will never desert. Picture my feelings when I tell you that Mr. Micawber is entirely changed. He is reserved. He is secret. His life is a mystery to the partner of his joys and sorrows, but that is not all. He is morose. He is severe. He is estranged from his son and daughter. He has no pride in his twins. He even looks with an eye of coldness on the unoffending stranger who last became a member of our circle. The pecuniary means of meeting our expenses are obtained from him with great difficulty, and even under fearful threats that he will settle himself. this is hard to bear. This is heartbreaking. If you will advise me, you will add another obligation to the many you've already rendered me. With love from the children and a smile from the happily unconscious stranger, I remain, dear Mr. Copperfield, your afflicted Emma Micawber.
All I could advise was that she should try and reclaim Mr. Micawber by patience and kindness, as I knew she would in any case. But her letter set me thinking about him a great deal. And now, as I try to recall my memories of that time, weeks, months, seasons pass rapidly away, seeming no more than a summer day and a winter evening. But a great deal has changed for me in that day and evening. I am 21 years old, and I am an author. I've had a little something published in a magazine, and now I write, and am paid for, a good many other little somethings. I have moved from Buckingham Street to a pleasant little cottage in Highgate, which for the moment I share with my aunt. For the moment only. She is to move to another little cottage close by. What does this portend? My marriage, of course. I am, at last, to be married to Dora.
Oh, congratulations, my dear Copperfield. I couldn't be happier for you. Married? Well, Trotwood, what good news. I shall make a note of it in the memorial.
Dora has her trousseau. I have the license. We shop together for household necessities and end by buying a Chinese pagoda for Jip, with little bells on top that ring when he goes in and out and frighten him horribly. Traddles is to be my best man.
I hope you'll soon be in the same situation yourself, my dear fellow. I hope so, too. Thank you, Copperfield. It's a satisfaction to know Sophie will wait for me any length of time, and that she really is the dearest girl.
And now comes the day itself.
God bless you, Trot. My own boy could never be dearer. I think of your poor dear mother this morning.
So do I. And of all I owe to you.
Oh, child, that's been more than repaid.
My aunt is dressed in lavender-coloured silk and has a white bonnet on, and is amazing. Mr. Dick, who is to give my darling to me at the altar, has had his hair curled. Traddles presents a dazzling combination of cream colour and bright blue, and both he and Mr. Dick have a general effect about them of being all gloves. The rest is all a more or less incoherent dream.
By joining of hands, I pronounce that they be man and wife together.
Oh, Dora.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
There is a breakfast with abundance of things. I eat them without any perception of their flavour, as always happens in dreams. And then Dora has changed her dress, and we are ready to leave. Almost.
Oh, I've forgotten my purse. Josie, where is it? I laid it down somewhere. Here it is. Mrs. Copperfield. Oh, thank you. Mrs. Copperfield. It sounds so strange. But where's Jip? He's run away. I know he's run away. He's upset.
No, he isn't. He's here. I've got him. Oh, thank you, Traddles. Give him to me.
No, Josie, you mustn't. I'll take you. If I don't, he'll think I don't like him now I'm married, and he'll break his heart. There, Jip. Oh, Jip, darling. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
If I've been cross and ungrateful to anybody, please don't remember it.
Dear sweetheart, on your wedding day.
The tears of joy. Are you happy now, you foolish boy?
The happiest man in the world.
So I was. But when the honeymoon was over, it was strange to have Dora always there with me, in our own small house. No more scheming and devising opportunities to be alone with her. No one to please but one another. One another to please. For life. Two young birds couldn't have known less about keeping house than I and my pretty Dora did. We had a servant, Mary Ann. I think she must have been Mrs. Crupp's daughter. She gave us such an awful time.
My dearest life, do you think Mary Ann has any idea of time?
Why, Dodie?
Because it's 5, and we were to have dined at 4.
The clock's fast, perhaps.
No, my watch tells me that it's a few minutes slow.
You bad boy, don't worry about dinner. It will arrive in time. There. Are you better now?
That was very agreeable, my dearest. But we can't dine off kisses. Don't you think you should speak to Mary Ann?
Oh, no, please, I couldn't.
Why not?
Because I'm such a little goose, and she knows I am.
But my love...
Please don't be serious.
But we must be serious sometimes. It isn't exactly comfortable to have to go without dinner now, is it?
No.
You're trembling.
Yes. Because I know you're going to scold me.
I'm only going to reason.
But reasoning's worse than scolding. I didn't marry to be reasoned with. If you want to reason with a poor little thing like me, you ought to have told me so, you cruel boy.
Dora, my darling...
No, I'm not your darling. You must be sorry that you married me, or you wouldn't reason with me.
Dora, my own, you're being childish. You're talking nonsense. I had to go to the house yesterday when dinner was half over. The day before, I ate underdone veal in a hurry and felt quite ill.
Oh.
And today we don't dine at all. And I'm afraid to say how long we waited for breakfast.
Bertie!
I don't mean to reproach you, but this is not comfortable.
How cruel of you to say I'm a disagreeable wife.
I never said that.
You said I wasn't comfortable.
I said the housekeeping wasn't comfortable.
It's exactly the same thing.
I'm not blaming you, Dora. We've both got a great deal to learn. I'm only trying to show you really must get used to looking after Mary Ann. You must act a little for yourself. And for me.
I wonder at your making such ungrateful speeches. Why, the other day when you said you'd like a bit of fish, I went miles and miles and ordered it to surprise you.
And it was very kind of you, darling. So kind, I didn't even mention that you'd bought a salmon, which was much too much for 2, or that it cost more than we can afford.
You enjoyed it very much, you know you did. And you said I was a little mouse.
Oh, and I'll say so again 1,000 times, but... Oh, Dora!
She was not to be comforted, and I had to hurry away to the house. Parliament sat late, and by the time I got back home in the early hours of the morning, I was wretchedly remorseful.
Trotwood, is that you?
Aunt, is anything the matter?
Nothing. Little Blossom has been rather out of spirits, and I've been keeping her company, that's all.
All I meant to do was to speak to her tenderly and lovingly about our home affairs.
I know. You must have patience, Trot. Remember, Little Blossom is a very tender little blossom, and the wind must be gentle with her.
I know that, and I am gentle. I assure you I am. Do you think that perhaps you could advise and counsel Dora a little, now and then?
No, don't ask me to do such a thing.
But why not?
I look back on my life, and I think of some who are in their graves with whom I might have been on kinder terms. I've been a grumpy, frumpy, wayward sort of woman for many years, but you and I have done each other good. At least, you've done me good, and division must not come between us now.
Division? Between us?
Oh, it might happen if I meddled in this. These are early days, Trot. You've chosen for yourself, and you've chosen a very pretty, very affectionate little creature.
Oh, she is.
Then estimate her for the quality she has, not for the quality she may not have. Those you must develop in her, if you can. And if you cannot, you must get used to doing without him. Your future's between the two of you. No one else can help. This is marriage, Trot. And heaven bless you both in it, for a pair of babes in the wood as you are.
But our domestic trials went on. We had to dismiss Mary Ann, who went mildly, to my surprise, till I found she'd taken the teaspoons with her. Her successes, all short-lived, were no improvement. However, in defiance of our domestic limitations, I invited Traddles to dinner.
Here's our friend Traddles, Jeff. Oh, no. You know Traddles?
Personally, I could have wished Jip hadn't been encouraged to walk about the tablecloth during dinner.
Jip!
Especially as he tended to put his foot in the butter.
Oh, dear. I'll take you. There, Jip. Oh.
Dora, my love, what have you got in that dish?
Oysters.
Oh, was that your idea?
Yes.
But that was a very happy thought. There's nothing Traddles likes better. Indeed there isn't.
Yes, I bought a beautiful little barrel of them, and the man said they were very good. But there's something wrong with them.
Oh, well, take the tops off.
They won't come off.
Let me see. Copperfield, I think it's because they're capital oysters, mind you, but I think it's because they haven't been opened. Do you have an oyster knife?
No.
Ah.
And so we looked at the oysters and ate the mutton. At least we ate as much of the mutton as was done. I think Traddles would have eaten a plateful of raw meat to pretend he'd enjoyed his dinner, but I wouldn't let him. So we had cold bacon instead, and drank the wine, and had quite a happy evening. When I'd seen Traddles out and come back into the parlour, I found Dora very subdued.
I'm so very sorry. Will you try to teach me, Dodie?
I must teach myself first. I'm as bad as you are.
But you can learn. You're a clever, clever man.
Nonsense.
I wish I could have gone down into the country for a whole year and lived with Agnes.
Why?
I think I might have learnt from her.
Oh, but Agnes has taken care of her father for many years. Even when she was quite a child, she was the Agnes we know now.
Dodie.
Yes?
Will you call me a name I want you to call me?
What is it?
It's a stupid name. Child wife.
Why do you want me to call you that, dearest?
I don't mean you should use the name instead of Dora. I only mean you should think of me that way. When you're going to be angry with me, say to yourself, it's only my child wife. When you miss what I should like to be, and I think I can never be, say, still, my foolish child wife loves me. For indeed I do.
I shall always remember this little speech of hers. It moved me very much. But I'm afraid that although she tried very hard to be what she called a wonderful housekeeper, nothing went quite right.
26 plus 18 plus 34 is... Oh, dear, Dodie, it comes out different every time. Oh, Jip, you naughty dog. Now I'll have to start all over again.
Jip had walked across the page and smeared it into illegibility. I'm afraid this was how Dora's accounting usually ended. I had a great deal of work to do, and many anxieties, but I kept them to myself. Dora was happier now, and that was the important thing. Meanwhile, Annie Strong's mother, Mrs. Markleham, had taken up permanent residence under the doctor's roof.
My dear soul, you know there is no doubt it would be a little poky for Annie to be always shut up here.
Of course, of course.
When she comes to her mother's age, it'll be another thing. Oh, you're the best of creatures. But of course you don't enter into the same pursuits and fancies as Annie.
No, indeed not.
No. And therefore, I am entirely at your service. I am ready to go with Annie to operas, concerts, exhibitions, all sorts of places, and you'll never find that I am tired. Duty before every consideration in the universe.
Trotwood?
Mr. Dick, come in.
I'm not a nuisance.
Not in the least.
Trotwood, before I sit down, I wish to make an observation. You know your aunt.
A little.
Oh, she's the most wonderful woman in the world, sir.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to put a question to you.
As many as you please.
What do you consider me?
A dear old friend.
Thank you. But I mean, boy, what do you consider me in respect of... In respect of my head, you know?
Well,
Weak?
perhaps. A little.
Exactly. But when they took some of the trouble out of you-know-whose head and put it you-know-where, there was a muddle, a confusion. Something was done to me somehow. Eh?
Yes.
Well, in short, boy, I'm simple.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Yes, I am. She pretends I'm not, but I know I am. If she hadn't stood my friend, I'd have been shut up. Now, you're a scholar, sir. You know what a learned man, what a great man the doctor is, and not proud. Humble even to poor Dick, who's simple and knows nothing. And his beautiful wife is a star. But clouds, sir. Clouds. What clouds are they?
There's an unfortunate division between them. A secret.
Doctor not angry with her?
No, devoted to her.
Most wonderful woman in the world. Why's she done nothing to set it right?
Too delicate a subject for interference.
Fine scholar. Why's he done nothing?
For the same reason.
Then I got it, boy.
What?
I'll bring them together. They'll not blame me. If it's wrong, I'm only Mr. Dick. And who minds Dick? Dick's nobody. Leave all the blame with simple Dick, mad Dick. All right?
I heard no more about this matter for 2 or 3 weeks, so I concluded he had forgotten his intention, as might have been expected. However, one fine evening, my aunt and I strolled up to the doctor's cottage and found him in his study with Mrs. Markleham ensconced in her usual easy chair. Hardly had the doctor greeted us, when, to our astonishment, Annie Strong glided in, pale and trembling, on Mr. Dick's arm, and dropped to her knees at her husband's feet.
Annie! Annie, my dear, what is this?
Please, let no one leave this room.
No one leave this room.
My dearest husband, what has come between us?
Annie, get up at once.
My dear, if our life's changed, you are not to blame. The fault is mine.
If any friend here knows any reason for the barrier that has arisen between us, please will they speak?
Now, Trotwood?
Mrs. Strong, I do know something. Dr. Strong asked me to keep it secret, but I believe the time has come for me to speak.
Trotwood, no.
Yes, Doctor. Believe me. It's best that your wife should know the truth. Mrs. Strong, Uriah Heep, a curse upon him, came to Dr. Strong with wicked allegations.
What were they?
It was about your friendship with your cousin, Mr. Malden.
What is this?
It was an evil slander. We all knew that. Dr. Strong most of all. But it pained him because he felt perhaps that he had taken advantage of your innocent trust and tied you to an older man when you might have been happier with your childhood friend, so much nearer your own age.
Annie, my dearest, if that is so, I humbly ask your pardon.
If that is so, no. Now I must open my heart to the husband I have loved and venerated more and more, day by day and year by year.
There is no necessity for going into these details, Annie.
No one but my husband can judge that, Mamma. When I was very young, I had a patient friend and teacher, the friend of my dead father. As I grew up, I was very attached to him. When you presented him to me as a lover, Mamma, I was distressed at first. It was so great a change from the character in which I'd looked up to him for so long. But I was proud that he should think me worthy. And so we were married.
Yes, at St. Alfred, Canterbury.
I never thought of any worldly gains my husband would bring to me. Forgive me, Mamma, but it was you who first put in my mind the thought that anyone could wrong me, and wrong him by such a cruel suspicion.
Me?
It was the first unhappiness of my new life.
I know you never urged for yourself, Mamma. But, my dear husband, when I saw how many importunate claims were pressed on you in my name, how generous you were, and how your friend Mr. Wickfield resented it, I realized the possibility of a suspicion that my tenderness was bought and sold to you. I can't tell you what it meant to have this always on my mind, yet know in my heart that my marriage crowns the love and honour of my life.
So, that's all the thanks I get for taking care of my family. Good night to you.
Go on, my dear. Go on.
It was at that time that Mamma was most solicitous about my cousin, Jack Morden. I'd liked him very much. If circumstances hadn't happened otherwise, I might have married him and been most wretched. There can be no disparity in marriage like unsuitability of mind and purpose. And we have nothing in common. If I'd nothing else to thank my husband for, I'd be thankful to him for having saved me from the first mistaken impulse of an undisciplined heart.
Oh, Annie.
I thought Jack Morden would have done better to have worked his own way on, but I thought no worse of him until the night he left for India. Then he spoke to me in such terms that I found he had a false and thankless heart. Years have passed since Jack Morden knew from me what his situation here was. I've never exchanged a word with him since then, save in your presence. You can never know what it was to be devoted to you, and to find that it was supposed my heart was bartered away.
Annie, my pure heart.
Now I know the reason for the change in you which has caused me so much pain. But I know, too, how great your trust in me is. I may never be worthy of it, but I can solemnly declare that I have never wronged you, never waned in the love and fidelity I owe you.
Oh, my dear.
Don't think of any disparity between us, for there is none. Every year I've known this better. Oh, take me to your heart, my husband, for my love was founded on a rock, and it endures.
My dearest girl, come, get up. Come.
Well done, Mr. Dick.
Thank you.
You are a very remarkable man.
Mrs. Markleham was quite overcome, I'm afraid.
What? Did you ever see a crocodile overcome?
I don't think I've ever seen a crocodile.
Oh, if only some mothers would leave their daughters alone after marriage. Trot, you're very quiet. What are you thinking of?
I was thinking of all that had been said. There can be no disparity in marriage like unsuitability of mind and purpose. The first mistaken impulse of an undisciplined heart. I must have been married about a year or so, when one evening, as I was returning from a solitary walk, thinking of the book I was writing, I passed Mrs. Steerforth's house. I would have gone by quickly, for it was not a happy place to me. But a woman's voice stopped me.
If you please, sir, would you have the goodness to walk in and speak to Miss Dartle?
Has Miss Dartle sent you for me?
Not tonight, sir, but when she saw you pass a night or two ago, she asked me to watch for you and call you in if I saw you again.
How is Miss Dartle?
Miss Dartle is well, sir.
And Mrs. Steerforth?
I'm afraid my lady is but poorly, sir. She keeps her own room a good deal. You'll find Miss Dartle on the veranda.
I'm told you wish to speak to me, Miss Dartle.
If you please. Has that girl been found?
No.
And yet she's run away, I hear.
Run away?
I hear so, yes. from him. If she's not found, perhaps she may never be found. She may be dead.
To wish her dead may be the kindest wish another woman could make for her. I'm glad time has softened you so much.
Do you want to know what is known of her?
Yes.
You will restrain any thought of vengeance here, Mr. Copperfield.
Of course.
You may come here now.
Good evening, sir.
Latimer.
Latimer, tell Mr. Copperfield what you have told me.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. James and myself have been abroad with a young woman ever since she left Yarmouth under Mr. James' protection. We've been in a variety of places. France, Switzerland, Italy. Mr. James took quite uncommonly to the young woman. She was very improvable and spoke the languages and wouldn't have been known for the same country person. She was much admired wherever we went. But she was occasionally low in her spirits, and this began to weary Mr. James, and things were not so comfortable.
Go on.
Mr. James began to become restless, and I had a difficult time between them. At last, after a good many words and reproaches, he set off one morning from the neighbourhood of Naples, where we had a villa, and under pretence of coming back in a day or so, left in charge with me to break it that, for the general happiness of all concerned, he was gone.
He deserted her.
The young woman's violence when I broke it to her was beyond all expectations. If I hadn't been on my guard, I think she'd have had my blood.
I think the better of her for it.
It was necessary to shut her up close, that she might not do herself or anyone else an injury. Nevertheless, she got out in the night, forced the lattice of a window, and hasn't been heard of since.
She is dead, perhaps.
She may have drowned herself, ma'am, or she may have had assistance in her escape from the boatmen or their wives. When it was clear that she was not to be found, I went to Mr. James at the place where it had been agreed that I should write to him, and told him what had occurred. Words passed between us in consequence, and I felt it due to my character to leave him. I took the liberty of coming to England and relating all this here.
For money which I paid him.
Just so, ma'am.
I could wish to ask this creature whether they intercepted a letter that was written to her from home.
It is not probable that Mr. James would encourage the receipt of letters likely to increase low spirits and unpleasantness. Further than that, I should wish to avoid going.
Is that all you wish to ask, Mr. Copperfield?
Yes. Except that I understand this fellow's part in the wicked story, and I shall make it known to the honest man who's been her father since childhood. So I wouldn't recommend his going too much in public.
You'll excuse me if I say, sir, that people are not allowed to take the law into their own hands in this country. Consequently, I am not afraid of going where I wish.
You may leave us.
Ma'am?
He says besides that his master is coasting Spain, and this done is a way to gratify his seafaring taste till he's weary. But that's of no interest to you. This low girl he picked out of the tide mud may be alive, for I believe some common things are hard to die.
Miss Dartle.
If she is, your desire to have a pearl of such price found and taken care of. We wish that too, that he may not be made her prey again. So thus we're united in our interest, and that's why I sent for you.
Rosa?
Yes.
Is Mr. Copperfield informed of everything?
Yes.
I'm grateful to you. Mr. Copperfield, if, by the course which may relieve the mind of the decent man you brought here, for whom I'm sorry, my son may be saved from again falling into the hands of a designing enemy, it is well.
Madam, I understand. But if you think that Emily is so deeply wronged, would not rather die 100 deaths than take a cup of water from your son's hand now, you make a terrible mistake.
You are married, sir, I'm told.
Yes.
And are doing well. I understand you're beginning to be famous.
I've been very fortunate.
You have no mother.
No.
It is a pity. She would have been proud of you. I bid you good evening.
I took the hand she held out to me. It was as calm in mine as if her breast had been at peace. On the following evening, I went in search of Mr. Peggotty. I found him at a lodging he kept in Hungerford Market, and I told him all that Littimer had said.
She's alive, sir. Emily's alive. I've knowed it, awake and sleeping.
Mr. Peggotty, if Emily doesn't go home...
She won't go home. If she'd left him of her own accord, she might, but not as 'tis.
If she should come here to London, there is one person more likely to discover her than any other in the world.
Hmm?
Do you remember Martha?
Of our town?
Yes. Did you know she's in London?
I've seen her in the streets.
But you don't know that Emily was charitable to her, with Ham's help, before she fled from home. Nor that when we met that night at the Golden Cross and spoke together, she listened at the door.
That night it snowed so hard.
That night. She's the person who might find Emily. Do you understand?
Too well, sir.
You say you've seen Martha. Do you think you could find her?
I think I know where to look, Master David.
Then shall we go out now and try to find her tonight?
Well, if so be as you think it right, sir. Time was when I thought this girl Martha almost like the dirt under my Emily's feet. God forgive me, there's a difference now.
He took me into the city, and we were not far from Blackfriars Bridge when we saw her. We followed her down to the river by a deserted, low-lying street, where she stood gazing at the dark water.
The river. I can't keep away from it. That's the only thing in the world I feel fit for now.
Martha!
Leave me! Did you leave me, sir?
Martha! We are friends. Mr. Peggotty! We followed you a long way tonight. Do you know who this is with me?
Martha?
Yes.
Do you remember that snowy night? The night you listened at the door?
Yes. Oh, do you tell him, sir, that I was never the cause of his misfortune?
No one ever thought you were.
I should have been in the river long ago if any wrong to him had been on my mind.
We know why Emily ran away. We know you had no part in it.
The bitterest thought on my mind was that people would remember she once kept company with me and would say I'd corrupted her. And I'd have died to brought back her good name. Died. Well, that wouldn't have been much. I'd have lived to be old in the wretched streets. I'd have done even that to save her.
Martha, listen now. I've been far to seek my dear niece. More dear to me now than ever she was. According to our reckoning, she's like one day to make her own poor solitary way to London. Help us to find her, and may heaven reward you.
Then you would trust me?
Full and free.
To speak to her, if I find her, to shelter her, and then, without her knowledge, to come to you and bring you to her?
Yes.
Oh, I promise you, I will do this.
It was midnight when I got back to Highgate. As I passed my aunt's cottage, I was surprised to see that the door was open, and that a man was standing in her little garden. He had a glass and a bottle in his hand, and was eating and drinking with a hungry appetite. I recognized the beggar I had once encountered with my aunt in the city.
Is that all you mean to give me?
It is all I can give you. I told you I have had losses. Why do you give me the pain of looking at you and seeing what you have become?
I've become shabby enough, if you mean that. I lead the life of an owl.
You stripped me of the greater part of all I ever had. You treated me falsely, outrageously, and cruelly.
That's all very fine.
Aunt!
Who's that?
Go quickly for your own sake. I told you I cannot do more.
Oh, well, I must do the best I can. For the present, I suppose.
Stop! Trotwood! No!
That's the same man, isn't it? Has he been troubling you again? Who is he?
Who is he? Oh, give me a moment, child.
Aunt.
He is my husband.
Your husband?
Yes. Betsey Trotwood don't look a likely subject for the tender passion, but time was when she loved that man right well. He repaid her by breaking her fortune and nearly breaking her heart. So she put all that sort of sentiment once and forever in a grave and filled it up and flattened it down.
My dear, good aunt.
I left him generously. He had been so cruel to me, I might have effected a separation on easy terms for myself, but I did not. He made ducks and drakes of what I gave him, sank lower and lower, married another woman, I believe, and became an adventurer, a gambler and a cheat. What he is now, you see. But he was a fine-looking man when I married him. Oh, he's nothing to me now. I was a fool when I married him, and I am so far an incurable fool that for the sake of what I once believed him to be, I would not have him hardly dealt with.
Aunt Betsey.
There, my dear. Oh, now you know all about it. We will not mention the subject to one another again. This is my grumpy, frumpy story. And we will keep it to ourselves, Trot.
She dismissed the matter with a heavy sigh, smoothed her dress, and kissed me good night. I had been married for about a year and a half. My book had been very successful, and in general, I'd been writing very prosperously. I had given up trying to change Dora. It had dawned on me at last that my attempts to form her mind were never successful because her mind was already formed. I always loved her, and I was happy. But the happiness I'd vaguely anticipated was not the happiness I enjoyed. There was something wanting. I hoped once that a baby smile at her breast might change my child wife into a woman, but it was not to be. The spirit fluttered for a moment on the threshold of its little prison, and, unconscious of captivity, took wing. Dora had never been strong, and I knew it would take her a little while to recover.
There, Jip. There. When I can run about as I used to do, Aunt, I shall make Jip race. He's getting quite slow and lazy.
I suspect, my dear, that he has a worse disorder than that. Age, Dora.
Do you think he's old? Oh, how strange it seems that Jip should be old.
It's a condition we are all liable to as we get on in life. I don't feel more free from it than I used to be.
But Jip, even little Jip.
I dare say he'll last a long time yet, Blossom. He must have a piece of flannel in his house this winter, and I should not wonder if he came out quite fresh again with the flowers in spring. Hey, Jip. Oh, bless the little dog. I believe he'd bark at me with his last breath.
Even little Jip. Oh, poor fellow.
His lungs are good enough, and his dislikes are not at all feeble. He has a good many years before him, no doubt. But if you want a dog to race with, Jip's lived too well for that. I'll give you one for frolicking.
Thank you, Aunt. But please don't.
No?
I couldn't love any other dog but Jip. It would be so unkind. You see, I couldn't be such friends with any other dog because he wouldn't have known me before I was married and wouldn't have barked at Dodie when he first came to our house. I couldn't care for any other dog but Jip, I'm afraid.
To be sure. You are right, Little Blossom.
He's known me in all that's happened to me. Haven't you, Jip? I couldn't bear to slight him because he was a little altered.
My pretty Dora. We thought she would be running about as she used to in a few days. But they said wait a few days more, and a few days more, and still she neither ran nor walked. I began to carry her downstairs every morning and upstairs every night. She looked very pretty, and she was very merry about it.
Oh, what a lazy wife you've got, Dodie. Jip, dear, don't get under Dodie's feet.
Have you got the pillows, Aunt?
Yes, and Little Blossom shawl.
I'm not too heavy for my boy to carry. Poor Dodie, he has to work so hard now.
No, my darling, you're not too heavy.
Indeed, day by day she seemed lighter in my arms. Sometimes, when I took her up, a dead, blank feeling came over me, as if I were approaching some frozen region, yet unseen, that numbed my life. Little Blossom. Oh, what a fatal name it was, and how the blossom withered in its bloom upon the tree.
Oh, you remember me. Oh, you remember me.
Part 8 of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens featured Gary Cady, Miriam Margolyes, Betty Davis, Sheila Hancock, David Bamber and David Burke, with Irene Sutcliffe, Jenny Howe, Jane Whittenshaw, Maria Miles, Mark Straker, Phil Daniels and Timothy Bateson. Also, Adjura Andor, Ronald Herdman, James Green, Alice Arnold, Norman Jones, Anne Windsor, Petra Markham, Timothy Carlton and Peter Penry Jones. The book was dramatised by Betty Davis and the producer was Marilyn Imrie.